Good morning. It's been crazy the last couple of days. I'm turning off my notifications so they don't make a sound. That's one of the most annoying things when I rewatch my video. I hear a ding and it messes stuff up. So I'm going to wait a second to explain. Live videos always take a second. My phone just notified me about live classes. So not necessarily live classes, but classes on the website. So I am doing a sale right now with code JINGLE10 to save 10% on the website, and a lot of people are experiencing errors. And so I want to explain to you how to make that all work properly for you so that you can see. Because what happened was my website underwent a huge update, and with that huge update, what happens every time your computer goes on the internet is it holds a little bit of information in your cache, and sometimes it holds cookies and different things too, which are bigger bits of information to give you a better web browsing experience. But when you're on the internet and it's holding little bits of information in your cache, that's to allow the website to upload quicker so that you don't have to wait as long. So it holds little bits of like microdata. And so what happens is now that boldnotionquilting.com had this giant update, there's tons of new data. And so your microdata on your website is trying to relay old information. And so some people are trying to put things in their cart and they're not going in their cart. Or some people, are trying to check out or sign in and it's not working. So let me show you how to remedy that. My website lady is super awesome, and I had her put, she took the initiative to put a banner up there, but we just updated it. So I'm going to flip the camera so you can see my computer, and then you can kind of see the process of logging in on boldnotionquilting.com, how that works. And then I want to show you kind of some classes and how they're laid out, and where you can get your materials and all that stuff so that you have a good lay of the land. Hello, yes, happy New Year. I can't believe it's going to be New Year's tomorrow. So if you're on, feel free to give a wave, a hello, and I'm going to show you the website now. So I'm just going to whip you around here. It was easiest to kind of just do a webcam version of this. So let me just get you a little bit closer. It's funny how different the colors are in the webcam versus on like my computer. All right, so you're seeing yourself. All right, so we're going to go to boldnotionquilting.com. Okay, so this is the website. Now, if you're asking questions, I can't quite see them right now, but I promise I'll go in and answer them at the end. So up here at the top, there's this little purple header. It might be different on your phone. It may not even show this one on your phone because it was creating a weird thing where when you'd scroll, it would drop down. And so it says, if you're experiencing difficulties of any kind, please click here to clear your cache to allow your computer, phone, or tablet to receive updated website information. So if you click on that link, those blue words, that's a hyperlink, it tells you in Chrome you can do these steps. In other browsers you can do these steps. And then how cache and cookies work. And so it'll give you information for how to do that for your particular computer. If it doesn't, not computer, but web browser, and if it doesn't, you can always just go in and Google how to clear cache on an iPad. We just looked this up, and you had to go in the settings on in your computer, on your tablet, and like change it there too. So your phone and your tablets and everything also have a cache, and so you want to be sure to clear those as well because they're holding those little bits of old data, and so things aren't going to work right. So if we go to boldnotionquilting.com, okay, so once I've cleared my cache, which I did, now you'll be able to see everything. Right before I cleared my cache, this wouldn't even load up here. It would just be white space on this and on my phone, and then it had trouble showing things at the bottom. So it's just trying to relay a lot of new information that your computer's not getting if you don't clear your cache. So now we're on the website, and let's say you've purchased a class and you want to view it. First, you want to sign in. You cannot do a guest purchase on boldnotionquilting.com. And the reason for that is because when you order classes or have order history, it doesn't save to anything. So I want to make sure that I can go back and look at things in case there's an issue. When you log in, there's two sides, or maybe it's a top and bottom on a phone or a tablet. You can log in or register. If you don't have an account, you have to register for an account first. It just needs a username, an email, and a password. And then you got to check the little checkbox that says I'm not a robot until it turns green. And then you can click register, and bam, you have an account. If you already have an account, you can log in here, and if for some reason it's not working or going in, you've already cleared your cache, you can do lost your password, and that'll send you an email to reset your password. If it doesn't, there's an email right up here. You can click on that and email me and tell me that you need help with that. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my login name, my password. I've clicked the I'm not a robot, and that has to be green in order for me to continue. So I'm going to click login. And that expires after a little while. So if you did it and you went and made yourself a cup of coffee and came back, see it said expired, it'll take a couple seconds to go back in. So let's visit the site. It logs me in as an admin so I can see the back end, which is neither here nor there for you. So now I'm logged in and it says howdy at the top for me. So if I want to see my classes, if I go to my account, and I'm feeling like looking at this, it doesn't let me look at stuff because I'm an admin, but let's see what happens. You have, if you click on it and you're logged in, it says hello. If you're not this person, log out. And then it says from your account dashboard, you can review your recent orders, manage your shipping and billing address, edit your password and account details. So, but all of that's right here too. So if I hover over my courses, orders, subscriptions, if I'm in the Thread of the Month Club, that's where you would manage that. Gift cards, if you have any, you can actually, if you got a gift card for Christmas, you can actually upload it to this gift card, and then when you go to check out, it shows you the amount that's left on your gift card, which is pretty cool. It'll see if you have any saved coupons, addresses, all that stuff. So let's go to my courses, which again, I'm not sure if it lets me look, if I recall properly, it doesn't let me look at things the same. So when you're on your courses, when you click on my courses under my account and my courses, it shows you all the ones that you've paid for. So you've got 3 tabs up here that say all courses, active courses, and completed courses. And I want to be sure to look at this. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I didn't even test the audio on this thing. But let me just see how this looks on the phone. Okay, so it's showing you pretty slim, there you go, okay. So the words are pretty small. Let me see if I can kind of get that a little bit closer for you. I want to make sure you can see, but this way you kind of have a good idea of what's going on. Bold motion quilting. Sorry, I'm just checking on my phone to make sure I can see what you see, and I know that you can see it well. Otherwise this information doesn't help you. Okay. Alright, it looks better. Thank you for hanging with me. It's like a 10 to 15 second delay, and I want to see where the camera looks. So, alright. So all my courses are here. So see how it says all courses, active courses, and completed courses. All courses will show you all the courses you've paid for. See how this one says 100% complete? I can still click on it and view all of my class stuff. It says completed, and it has kind of a description, materials needed, and then it has lessons. So all of these lessons, where it says Bunny Love Panel, and it says length 24 minutes. Bunny Love Panel number 2, length 11 minutes. I can still click on the name of that lesson, see how it turns purple and lights up, and now look, I can watch the video if I want to watch the video, okay? And so this isn't a great idea, a great one to show you the, what's it called, the worksheets, but I'll show you that in a second. So this shows you all the courses that you've paid for, and as admin, I'm in all of the courses, right? So I have a ton of courses online. There's a lot that you can take if you want to do skill builders, or if you want to do project based, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So if I look at active courses, anything that I've marked complete won't be in the active tab. So once that loads, Bunny Love's gone, right? Because I marked it as complete. And this is just a way that you can kind of filter and organize your stuff so that the ones that you actively want to work on, they're right there. When you're done with them, you can click mark as complete, and they'll go into the completed courses tab or the all courses tab. And again, even if you mark it as complete, you can always view it and mark it and watch more later if you'd like. You can always come back and see things. So let's take a look at the ruler class. So that's a new one that just came out. So let's look at the Free Motion Quilting 103 rulers. I had a lady email me today, and she said it looks too complicated. And so I may want some suggestions on what you guys think that maybe the cover images should be, because I don't know how to better relay that when I teach my classes, I teach from the smallest aspect of what we're doing to to the bigger picture of what you see. So you learn everything fundamentally from the bottom up. So these are, again, lessons. It says all of your lessons. You can click on them and watch. And see how this says course media? It says Free Motion Quilting 103 materials list. If I click on that link, all of my materials list that I made you for how to, if you want to do the quilt top and quilt along with us, different things, that's on here as well. So all of your materials are right there under course media. And then also in your first video for the welcome or materials, that will also have that link as well. So it pulls up the video, and I want to show you these little purple dots. Those are pretty cool. But if you look at the bottom, it says lesson media, Free Motion Quilting 103 material list, FMQ map out for introspection, ruler work map out. So I show you, like, we've got plans and measurements and everything, so you can watch the videos, but then you can come back and look at this and say, okay, that's a 1/2 inch line. I'm using my 45-degree angle here, and I kind of have mapped it all out so that you can do these same things with me, and that you have something to reference so that you don't have to watch the video 1,000 times to do it. Ruler work worksheets, so when we do our designs, we have all of these worksheets that you can print out and do as well with us, right? So I try to give you as much possible information as I possibly can. And then I also have the worksheets filled in. So you watch me fill these in during the class. And then once the class is all done, I take screenshots of all of the worksheets that I filled in, and I put them here so that you can see them completed. So if for any reason you want to do them, over the lines and designs that I've already done, you certainly can, and you can kind of get a good reference to go back in case you're one of those people who, maybe doesn't want to do every aspect of a worksheet, but you want to see the outcome, and that's more my style, right? So with the different ideas and different fillers in there, so you can kind of see all of that. So it's important to me that you get both the empty worksheets and the filled in worksheets in case you need to go in and do different things, to kind of get different concepts. Okay, and so then FMQ 103 practice piece layout. So if you wanted to do the practice section with us, we always have a practice stitch section. So before we actually get to the actual project, because I try to do a project at the end of the class so you can kind of take everything and bring it full circle. This is just showing you what I did all my practice designs on. So we practice stitching on a blank piece of fabric first, and then we move on to the project. So like this one is the materials, and you can see all of them here, and then I talk about things that you'll need to do the project of the class, and even just if you want to participate in just the worksheets and just the practice, or if you want to take it full, all the way and do both of the quilt tops that we did in this class too. So I walk you through all of that, and let's just go to like an actual video we can watch for a second. Let's see. So we even have like tips for sit-down quilters. I try to do that in each video so that it can kind of, cater to multiple people. So look, let's see the practice stitch out. That's 95 minutes, 60 minutes, 45 minutes. There's so much information packed in these classes. So if you take your mouse and you hover over one of these purple dots, see how it says 3, that's chapter 3, right? So floating filler. I want to watch just the floating filler. So if I click on that dot, it loads, and you do have to watch these things from the website. And then I'm just going to do a quick little filler in here. And it takes... Use that diagonal to travel. I don't want that go over myself. Okay. And then, if you wanted to fill something in, you then have to cut your threads again. So floating designs can kind of be a pain in the butt, but I'm going to show you because it's a lot of starting, stopping. It's a lot of, threads that you may have to tie and bury. I'm not tying and burying anything because this isn't a show quilt, and it's not something that I'm going to have to worry about. So let's come in and do, I guess, pebbles. our next. So I just clicked on another chapter so I could jump to something else, but it shows you in the worksheets, all of the worksheets have different lists. So it'll say beadboard on the worksheet. So let's say you wanted to watch me stitch out that beadboard again. You could come over here, hover your mouse, find the one that says beadboard, click on it, and the video will take you directly to the section where I am stitching out the beadboard design. And this is a new thing that I added to every single one of the classes except for anything that's on YouTube. That's a free class, and that's because my video player actually works differently for the website than YouTube, because it's completely different. But so I wanted to show you that you can kind of take your worksheets, you're able to kind of jump in and watch different things. And as I'm stitching, I talk so much. So there's so much information that you're getting on how to move the design around, how to cut your threads, how to fill, how to do different things. And I teach from, like I said, the smallest possible element. So when you're watching these classes, they're only available to stream online through the Bold Notion website. So it's important that you know how to get around. Okay? And so let's see here. If we do like worksheets draw out, we talk about the fundamentals and how to place your ruler, what those lines mean, and how to stitch them out. And you can see me, let's see here, stitch something out. So for the ruler work one, I really want you to be able to kind of watch me stitch. And don't forget, I'll go ahead and print these out for you, so you can see what my hands are doing and also see what's happening. So let's go back to our first worksheet. We're going to talk about cross hatching. Okay, so you need your work first is stitch in your ditch. And so what we're doing is a series of lines that are just like the piano keys that we just did, that are all going to go. Sorry, I don't like talking over myself. But you can kind of see me do it here with my hands, so you can see what my hands are doing with my worksheet. And then you can also see the worksheet and the lines drawn out on the side, so that you can get a feel for how those lines are moving in case my hands are blocking anything. But I do think it's important that you see both aspects of the actual class when we're doing this, because it's important to kind of see how, your needle would basically be what my pen is doing, right? And so your needle would emulate that when we're doing our actual stitch out. So I just wanted to kind of take a minute and show you these things. None of my classes online, as pretty as some of those header images can look, we build up to that, and we build up to that from the foundation of the beginning of the smallest elements of your quilting. And so let's see here, if we look at piecing the backing, sit down machine readiness, long arm preparedness, design worksheets walkthrough. So when we do this, we've got your video here, and you can see we do teeny tiny little elements, and then we work our way into putting those elements into various parts of the actual quilt top. So let's see here. So this is part of the Dream Big class. We've got our feather. Come up, gentle S, because we curve at the top, arch, and the feather. Okay? Now if you have... And then we focus on doing the small element and then fitting it into the element that we want, ideally, for the actual Dream Big panel. And then we move into doing other sections of the feathers and other things as well. So if you look at the worksheets for Dream Big, which is a fantastic class if you have one of those Dream Big panels and aren't sure how to quilt it. Let me see if the worksheets are on here. There's a huge worksheet packet for this one, because we cover a lot. So Dream Big, open that, and it opens in a new tab, so you don't have to get out of the actual class, but then it shows you like the designs of where we're placing all of our things, all the things that you need, right? And then here are the worksheets, so we break it down to the smallest element of how to fit these things into various areas, what our fillers are going to be, difference between keeping them wide, keeping them tight, right? And then I, drew up flowers, petals, so that we could practice doing things in odd shapes, which is fantastic, and how to angle the different elements. So you have your empty leaves, right? And then I go through, and as I'm doing the class, I fill them in. And when I fill them in for the class, I take screenshots, and these ones I actually did, in actual pen and then scan them in. But you have, real life versions of them that you can then practice over what I've already stitched. And there's so many notes for everything as we go through the class that I write and you write with me. And so we do every little part and break it down so that as we're stitching this flower and as we're getting used to these designs, we do it on the worksheet. We discuss different ways to fill, different ways to accent, right? Then we take it to our practice piece, and then we put it on our flower. So practice stitch out part 1, part 2, and so you've got 30 minutes, 60 minutes of just practicing stitching out in the petals. And all that stuff is there so that you can kind of get a good idea, for what's what. See, you don't need rulers to do this. What you would do is do this. And so see how this looks exactly like it did on the worksheet? We did half in and half out, and we talk about the difference of filling those in and the difference in what you see. And so all of my classes give a ton of information, and so depending on where you're at in your journey and what you want to learn, you can do all of these at your own pace on your own time. So let's see what else we didn't cover. So again, if you're having any issues, see this header on top, click that link to learn how to clear your cache so that you can get new data from the website so that you're able to add things to your cart and to check out. We do have a sale going on right now using code Jingle10, and if you forget what that code is, it's on the very first page right here, Jingle10, and it's good until midnight tonight. And so that's on classes. You get free shipping on $125 or more, and that's before the that's after the discount is applied. But then you can go through and see online workshops and everything else. There's also I had her switch the new products category when you click on that so that you can kind of pick which category you want to go to. And there's a new clearance section with some stuff that's up to like 40% off, and then you can use the Jingle 10 coupon on that to save even more money. It's a lot of stencils and Primo Soft threads because I'm looking to get different stencils in stock for some different classes that we have going on, but we have limited space. So take a look at the clearance section. It's awesome. There's even twin size panels, $18. You're saving half off on that already, plus you can save the 10% too. And there's a lot in there. But I'm going to put the computer back on my face so you can see me and not the not the computer screen. But if you guys have any questions on any of the classes, never hesitate to reach out. I think sometimes people get a little concerned with how difficult the finished product looks. But what they're not taking into account, and you wouldn't be able to if you aren't used to me or my teaching style, is how basic we begin. And as I teach you, I'm trying to teach you skills. That's the goal. I want to teach you skills and knowledge that you can take and use on all of your projects. I don't want to just teach you, here are designs for the Dream Big flower, quilt them, it's pretty, we're done. That's not how this works. For every single class that I teach you free motion quilting as a language. It's fundamental knowledge that you can use on various aspects and parts of your quilting and your quilting journey to use things that make sense for you and for your projects going forward. And so, my goal is to teach you so much that you don't need me. Maybe you want to still quilt with me and do projects with me, but my goal is to make you the best quilter that you can be. But I think for everyone's journey, it's very personal. So you're going to take bits and pieces from different teachers and different classes, and you're going to use those in ways that make sense for you and for your quilting and for your style. So my goal is just to give you as much information as I possibly can so that you can take the pieces that work for you and apply them to your tops. So if you're ever looking on boldmotionquilting.com and you're taking a look at the classes and you're like, that's gorgeous, I could never quilt like that. That's the point. I'm trying to give you those skills so that you can quilt like that when you're done. And we do everything from such a fundamental knowledge pool base that when we start at the beginning with the smallest element and build on those to make the whole design, to make combinations of designs, I give you everything that you need to go from I know nothing about this design or this project to I can quilt 25 Dream Big panels and not have a problem. And so, what I want you to do is work on the fundamental knowledge, work on the worksheets, work on the practice piece. By the time you get to actually doing the project, if you've done the whole class, you will be so ready to do any of the designs that I've shown you, and you will be a better quilter for it. So if you guys have any questions, I hope that you're asking them. I'm going to take a second and look. Hey, yeah, there's lots of people saying hi. You got your Dream Big class. You've had the panel for more than a year and have no clue how to quilt it. It's in my quilts to-do list this year. Linda, make time, and make double the time. I find that I often have to make double the time for my own projects because I'm often like, I took a week to quilt this for myself, but I could probably squeeze your project in, and then my projects go by the wayside. So make double the time, and that way if you kind of ease into it, you still have more time. Also, there are, on the new classes coming out, right, but on FMQ 103, the ruler work class, we just introduced questionnaires. So when you're taking the class, you can actually click on taking quizzes, and those quizzes are little things that just kind of help reinforce the fundamental knowledge base that I want you to have, but also sometimes they're just fun. So like if I ask you a question, I'm like, there is no right answer. This is, it's you get to decide what you want to quilt and how you want to quilt it. Sometimes it's that, but it's also about breaking mental barriers and getting you where you want to be for quilting. Oh, how nice. Elaine said she ordered a phone stand so she can watch and work at the same time. Dream Big panel, you need to get that class too. The discount, yeah, so the Jingle 10 discount has been going on since the end of the 12 days of Christmas. And so it's good until midnight tonight, Central Time, okay? So please don't wait and then email me tomorrow that it was midnight your time and, it's already been over for 2 hours Central Time and you still want the discount, because that happens. It's been, the sale's been going on for over a week, so there's no excuses. Get on there and give it a try. If you're having troubles, email me. I'm always happy, to help you guys, especially if, you haven't cleared your cache or aren't able to, weird things are happening because you need the new information from the website. Rhonda said, my daughter said I don't need any more classes, but I'm still getting so much from them. So when you do classes, what I found is that I took classes well past when I was done needing classes. And it was when I got to a point where I was paying $300 from national teachers to take classes, $500 different classes, and I was traveling 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours to go, even plane rides to go take these classes with national teachers, that I got to a point where I'm like, what did I get from that? I knew all of that information. When you get to that point where you're like, I'm not sure I got anything from this class, that's when you're ready to stop taking classes. If you're still enjoying classes, if you still have the funds to take classes, if you're still in a mental headspace where you want to quilt with someone else and learn from someone else, then, don't stop taking classes. Do what is right for your soul. But when you get to a point where you're like, okay, that was fun, but I'm not sure what I learned from that, that's where you're kind of in a headspace where you're done learning and you're ready to start doing more. And kind of exploring your own styles and your own sensibilities and that stuff as well. So, that's when you're ready. So tell your daughter you're ready when you're ready. Can you get the 10% off fabric that you won't get in until May? Yeah, fabric isn't excluded, and the pre-orders weren't excluded. I didn't specifically exclude them. So you can save 10% on fabrics. If you want to do some pre-orders, just do me a favor and separate a pre-order from a regular order so that I don't have to call you to get separate shipping to ship them separately, because I won't hold on to other items that aren't the pre-order fabric until May, because that's just craziness. So just do 2 separate orders if you can, if you have other stuff that you want. Did y'all have any other questions? I hope that kind of helps you a little bit to kind of see. So once you're logged in and you start to learn your way around the website, it's all very easy. But every website, it takes a little bit of learning and getting used to where things are and where to find them and how they work. And so I'm hopeful that little bit of information kind of helps you understand how to get more out of your classes. Maybe you didn't know what those little dots were for. Maybe you weren't sure where you could print out extra worksheets. And if it's been a while, because this website is, gosh, we're in December, so I think it's 10 months old now. This website isn't even a year old. We had a previous kind of website that was a completely different platform prior to the one that we're using now, And so, there's still a lot that we're learning because we're technically still in the first year of the new website. And so when things happen, we have to fix them. And of course, I hate for people to get frustrated and have problems. I take it very seriously and very personally when people are upset. And that's only because I want to make sure that you have the best possible experience, and some things are out of my control, like the computer being super crazy and not letting people check out or add items to their cart and they magically disappear. Some people couldn't even log in, it just wouldn't accept their login. And that's just because it had a giant update. And so, it needs that new information to relay. So you've got to clear all the old information out and clear that cache so that the website works fine for you. Anyone who's had any weird problems up until now with the after the update, which is only about a week old, so if you haven't been on in a week, you have old data and you need to clear your cache. Anyone who's had trouble who has cleared their cache, all those troubles are gone. And that was including me. I was having issues on my phone, and I was talking to my website lady, like, why is this happening? Why is this looking like this? What's going on? And she's like, Lauren, clear your cache and look at it again. And I didn't know how to do that on my phone, and it's different for all the devices. So I had to help a lady figure out how to do it on her iPad yesterday. And you just had to go, it was a very simple process. If you Google how to clear cache on iPad, right, Google pulls up all of those directions and it tells you step by step. Go to your settings. Okay, we clicked on settings. Go, find the Safari app. Clicked on that. Clear cache. Clicked on that. Bam. Done, right? With my Android phone, it was a little bit different, but it's actually a little bit simpler. No Facebook, I don't want to see that video. Stop it. So on an Android phone, if you click and hold your app, so like I clicked and held my internet app. Let's see, can I get less? Let me turn down my, there we go. So I clicked and held the app, and then at the top over here, it has an exclamation point that says app info. If I click on app info, it opens it up, and it says storage. So right there, if I click on storage, if I open that up, it says cache. And that cache says however many megabytes of data, and at the bottom, it says clear cache. And if I click on that, it gets rid of just old microdata that it was holding on to make websites load faster. And on my phone, my internet just wasn't working properly. The Bold Notion Quilting webpage looked like too big to fit in the phone. I'm like, what is going on with this thing? I was so mad. But as soon as I figured out how to clear the cache on my phone, which for Android users is very quick, press and hold the app until that bubble appears, click on app info, and then click on storage, and then click on clear cache. It's very quick. So as long as you know what you have to do, if you're savvy enough to be able to Google it, you can Google it and it will give you step-by-step instructions so that you don't have to watch this video again and rewind and do different things. But I hope that that is helpful for you. And then of course, at any time, if you have questions, email me at boldnotionquilting@gmail.com. Emails are best for me. I know sometimes I complain about the email gremlin, like things kind of disappear, but emails are best for me because then I can kind of go back and find you and make sure that even if I couldn't get to you that day, it's a reminder that it's in there that I can get to you at my next earliest convenience. Because Facebook messages are fantastic, but once those notifications are gone, they're gone, and then there's nothing to remind me to go back and check on that for you. So definitely email me if you're continuing to have issues. I've been on the phone with a lot of people the last few days, just getting online for the sale and different things, just trying to help them work their way through that problem. So if you're having, difficulty, just reach out. I'm here to help you. So I want to make sure that you're getting the best possible experience because I want you to enjoy quilting, your time quilting, and learning quilting and being on the website. So let me know if you guys have anything out. Oh, good. Rhonda said she couldn't figure out the cache thing on her Android. Thank you so much. You couldn't find that on Google. I didn't know that wasn't on Google, so I'm glad that I did that. That's awesome. Yeah, and then the lady called me with the iPad question. I'm like, I don't have an iPad or an iPhone or anything. I don't know what to do, but luckily my husband was home and he has one for work. So I made him bring it in here and we kind of fooled around with it till we figured it out. But I just want to take a minute to show you guys that. So remember, use code JINGLE10 at checkout, and then it'll save 10% on everything except for mystery boxes and thread of the month. So, because those are already discounted 20% off. So if you wanted to get a king cone There may still be one of those left. They might be sold out, but mystery boxes, you get 9 5,000 meter king cones, and again, it's the 20% off price. If you wanted a mystery mini thread box, you are going to get a whole rainbow of color. It's like 30 different mini spools, which is fantastic for embroiderers or for people who custom quilt. I use mini spools the most when I need to change various colors, because you get the most color range from the mini spools, but you're not obviously needing a giant king cone for that. So that's fantastic too. And then I even have a bobbin mystery box for the M size large bobbins that you get 9 40 weight bobbin jars, and those are also discounted. I want to say that they're 10% off, those ones. Can't discount bobbins as much because those are more expensive to order in, but that also has a discount as well. And then you just get a surprise of different colors when they come in, which is super fun. So you can use code JINGLE10 at checkout on boldnotionquilting.com, and that will save you 10% off on your entire order except for the mystery boxes and thread of the month. But that includes classes and fabrics and notions and gifts and books and everything, just off your entire order aside from the mystery boxes. And so there's also free shipping on $125 or more, and that's an everyday thing. In the USA, you can get free shipping on $125 or more, and that includes the cost of classes. So make sure if you're going to get a class, work it in there. Sometimes the difference between free shipping might be a little bit more than the shipping, but if there's a $20 class that you might like, then that works out. You might have paid $3 more, but you get free shipping and you get a whole class, right, that you can then take. And then one other thing I wanted to mention for my international people out there, I've had a couple people call or email, and they're like, international shipping is just too expensive, this, that, and the other thing. It is expensive. It really is. I'm shocked at the cost of how much international shipping can cost, even to go to Canada, which, I mean, literally, they're attached to us. Why they count as international, I don't know. But, I have people who actually will place orders on a regular basis or call, and usually what they try to do is make as big of an order as they can. And so, yeah, sometimes shipping is astronomical. It'll show $150 for shipping to, I had a lady pay $300 to ship stuff to Australia, but I managed to fit it all into one large flat rate box. So then the poundage doesn't matter because I fit everything in there. It costs $100. I got to send her back $200 that she saved on her shipping because I fit it into a flat rate box. So the point that I'm making is that if you ever want to place an order on the website, just know that if I can fit it into a flat rate box and save you money, I will at every turn, and I will send you the difference back. Some people feel a little more comfortable calling and saying, hey, I'm going to place an order. Can you look out for this? Let me know, what the difference of shipping will be that I'll be able to get back. And some people email a whole order ahead of time and say, this is what I want. How much would it cost me to ship? How much more can I fit in it? So we try to stuff those boxes full to make sure that everything goes accordingly. And then I use USPS to ship almost everything, especially international stuff. And that's because all of the duties and fees and taxes and everything are all included at checkout. And that's why I use USPS, because then you don't have surprise payments that you have to make when those items arrive at your door too. So I didn't want to use, FedEx or DHL or different things that could potentially give you other fees for doing an international postage. So, those are things that, again, you can email me at boldnotionquilting@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to find a way to get that medium box full of stuff to send to you so that you get the best bang for your buck with your shipping, because I totally know how that is. And so that is something that I will do for any person who's international outside of the USA, as often as I can. Just know that if you ever email me in an order, that will take me probably a week to fill for you, because I have to pull each item individually and subtract it from the website, and that takes a lot longer. So it is easiest if you feel comfortable with it, placing it on the website, and just know that if it charges you a crazy amount for shipping, I'm going to fit it into the best possible flat rate package to save you money and send you back the difference. Most people take the difference back in a store credit because they'll make other purchases, and that's fine too. Some people want to go right back on their card, and that's fine as well. I just need email communication. So if you put in an order and you're going to want me to take care of that for you, send me an email, say, hey Lauren, order number so-and-so is going to Canada, and I want it in a medium flat rate box, or let me know what else I can put in there. And sometimes the difference in what you save on your shipping is just more stuff that you could put into your box too. So, y'all just let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. So let's see, there were a couple more questions. Can you put this video on your site so we can see it again when needed? This is Facebook, and Facebook doesn't allow me to embed anything, but I'm sure I can put it in the facts section later with a link, and then it'll open up Facebook so that you guys can see it. So I'm sure I can figure that out, Caroline, for sure. And there are videos which may need to be updated. I'll have to take a look at those in the frequently asked questions section. If you click on it, why can't I log in, and different things, but I'll probably have to go back and adjust that because we've actually done a lot of different things to the website in the last 3 months, just to make it easier and more user-friendly for everyone. But I can certainly add a link for that so you can go back and check it. The other thing you can do is if you're on Facebook and you think you might need to look at this video again, at the top right corner of this video, or maybe even of the post, if you click on the 3 little dots, it'll say save video for later, and then you can view that video saved later in your Facebook stuff. Do y'all know how to get to saved videos on Facebook? Because I can show you that, I think. Let me see. If you don't know how, let me know. While I'm looking this up, I can show you. And actually, I can just show you right now. So if you go onto your Facebook app, right, on your phone or whatever, if you click on it, it opens up and it looks like this. If you click on these 3 lines at the top, it opens up kind of like a quick view. And so in this quick view, if you scroll through, it says videos on watch. Okay, there's a little purple banner right there that says saved, and I know you can't read it on this terrible little webcam. If I click on that, it shows me my saved videos. Most of my saved videos are food because I like to have recipes and do different things and learn how to cook a little bit better. But you can click on that and it'll show you all of the things that you have saved for later to view. And that, if you're on a computer, that's also on there as well. If you're on your Facebook page, and it's that same little purple banner. So let me see here. I'm going to turn you around so you can see it. So if we go to the Facebook, this is like a regular Facebook page. Over here to the right where it says my name, let's see here. I want to show you what it looked like before I clicked on it. So it's got my news feed and shows me different things, and it has my name, and it says friends, pages, groups, marketplace. Those are the top things that I probably click on, which I don't. But if you click that little arrow down, it opens up a whole list of things. And so see this little purple banner right here that says saved? If I click on that, it'll show me chocolate truffle cheesecake. So there's different things that I have saved on here, Instant Pot stuff, which, is what I do as well. So those are just different things that can be super helpful to find things. So if there's ever a video, and that's not just my videos, but any video on Facebook, I washed all the straightness out of my hair, so the frizz it's a lot right now. But if there's ever a video that you're watching on Facebook that you want to save for later, you just click the top little 3 dots and you click saved, and then you can pull it up in those saved in that saved area later. And so you just have to remember that it's there for you to look at. But I can certainly add this to the bottom of my frequently asked questions. Cindy asks, are you sure you don't want to move to Oklahoma to start a second location? I'm sure. If I'm moving anywhere, it's going to be Florida. I miss Florida a lot. That's where all our family is, so we like being down there. And I like to go to the theme parks when I have a minute that I can go. We love to go to Disney and to Universal Studios. And my sister-in-law is like a theme park junkie too. So her and her 2 boys, we just like to go and have fun. So it's going to be Central Florida for sure if I ever move again. Well, we'll move again at some point, but alrighty, I hope that was helpful for you, because I did have a lot of emails this morning with people saying, help, I can't log in or do different things, so be sure to watch this video again if you need to, but at the top of boldnotionquilting.com, it has the directions, how to clear your cache, and then on that first page it also has the code to add for Jingle 10 to save the 10% on everything but the mystery boxes, and the Scrapaholic mystery boxes and the thread of the month. So I hope you guys will join us. Remember, your classes include in the total, so if you get to $125 or more after the discount, you get free shipping, and that's to anywhere in the USA. That is not for overseas international orders, but you have to actually select the free shipping at checkout, and that's just because some items on the site do not allow for free shipping, like red snappers, because they come in a 4-foot box, and that can sometimes cost more to ship to various places. So, but make sure that you check those things out on boldnotionquilting.com. We've got the 10% off code Jingle10, and then there's lots of classes to choose from. And please don't be discouraged by what you see as the final product, because my whole purpose is to get you there. So we start at the beginning, and then we work up to that. And so just know that that is what you're working up to. That's not where we start. So you take care, and you'll have a wonderful day. Check out boldnotionquilting.com and use code Jingle10 until midnight tonight. It's good Central Time, 11:59 Central Time, to save the 10% off on your entire order. Take care, and you'll have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me when I do my lives. Please share. Bye.